So I wanted to follow up a little bit on the last video I did where I showed the Maze engine, and I wanted to show how you can actually edit the Maze map files and have the program access the new map file without actually changing the executable in any way. So right here in the spot that I'm at in this maze right now, I am facing south and I am in the 1-1 position. So if I put a wall on this cell right here, this would be the 1-3 position. And I'm going to demonstrate how to do that to show you how you can edit your own map files. So I want to put a wall right here. To do that, I'm going to open up maze1.txt. That's the maze file that opens when you collide with that box numbered 1. And down here is where I'm defining all my wall segments. Anywhere there's a 1 in the array, that's where a wall is drawn. So I'm going to put a wall segment at 1-3 using standard GameMaker syntax, and then I'll save that, close it, and when I reopen the game, we should find a wall in that position. And as we expect, there's the wall that we put in. Now, if we want to do something a little more interesting, we can take the maze and we can make a new color for the walls. So let me go in to Paint, and I'll open up a new, and let's say I want to choose a nice blue color. So I'll go, you want to choose something that looks appropriately dungeon-esque, so I'll make it somewhat dark. Okay, so here's the color I'm going to use, and that is 5, 32, and 216. So for here, for maze color, I will input 5, 32, 216. And we'll save that. And I'll delete the wall segment that I put in earlier so that we can actually walk around in the maze. Close this. And when I open up the game and enter into the first maze, we should find a blue colored maze. And as you can see, now the walls are colored this blue color. Now, this is a little too bright. I'd say this is perhaps a little inappropriate for a dungeon, but you get the idea that by doing that you can change the color. And similarly, if I open the text file, I can also change the color of the floor and ceiling tiles. So I will open Paint again, find a, let's do a nice pastel yellow, pale yellow. So we'll do 250, 254, 165. That's this color right here. So 250, 254, and 165. And let's see if we can't find a slightly better blue color. Get it a little darker. Let's do 210, 96. Alright, and I'll save that, and then I'll close these, and when I open the map, we should find that the ceiling and floor tiles and the maze wall tiles have been colored appropriately. And there we have it. So you see we can have these, any color that you want should work. Obviously some colors work better than others. The floor is pretty bright here, so you might want to choose a duller color of yellow. But anyway, that's how it works. And to change the actual dimensions of the map, you would just choose a different x and a different y value here for map x and map y. So if we do 9 and 9 here, what we should be able to find is that the maze will be much more expanded. You'll see that there will be a bunch of extra space along the outside with the existing walls that I programmed in the middle. Let's see what we have. Alright, so you can see now we have this larger open area out here to kind of walk around in. And here's that. Here's how, remember we had the large room here. And that's all there is to it. So you can make a map of any size you want. And there's really no limitations to how you do it. You see there's a little bit of pop-in simply because the original game didn't have a lot of the art, so I included as many animations as I possibly could. And it's fairly accurate. I'd say there's very little that My Maze engine doesn't do as far as animations that the original one did. I tried to make it as faithful as possible. Alright, and so there you have it. And the only other information you might be interested in changing is some of these values up here. These have to do with the random encounter. So the larger this number is, C Inc., the larger that number is, the more often you'll run into random battles. View starts the player off facing north, east, south, or west. 0 is north, 1 is east, 2 is south, and 3 is west. So if I change that value, I'll be facing a different direction at the beginning of the map. Position X and position Y are the player positions, so you can determine where the player starts in each maze. Of course, if you were going to be loading a maze from two possibly different positions, a maze, for example, that has 2 entrances on an overworld, you could very easily determine that position based on some variable. And then that's basically all you have to do to be able to make your own map. So have fun, and I hope you enjoy what you've seen.